Set to happen at the Condren Ballpark tonight on what is supposed to be awesome night for a college baseball game. Florida and Florida A&M. Gators 32-1 all time. That kid's ready, and hopefully you are as well, as Florida will take on the Rattlers. Hi everybody, Jeff Cardozo here. Gator great Nick Belmonte alongside, and great is certainly a good way to talk about what this Gator baseball team has done. Not the best opening day, but after that, a heck of a run for Kevin O'Sullivan and his crew.
Yeah, 12 in a row to go for the Baker's dozen tonight. And speaking of cooking, the top chef, Kevin O'Sullivan, now against the University of Miami Hurricanes, 45-19, winning 11 out of 12 of those last series. And this team tonight has to play Florida A&M. And Kevin O'Sullivan changed the recipe a little bit tonight with some newcomers in there.
Well, one guy that is in there and will always be in there is Brendan Lawson, one of the best in all of college baseball.
Yeah, look at that recipe right there. 571 batting average, and hit that solo home run last night, the SEC Co-Player of the Week. The Guitar Man from Toronto, one of the best hitters in all of college baseball, keeps on keeping on as another week goes by of his greatness at the plate.
Pitching was great last night for Kevin O'Sullivan. 4 right-handers with a shutout of FAU, and Luke McNeely will try to get the Gators off to a good start tonight, making his third midweek start of the season.
Yeah, and I think they're going to go ahead and lengthen him out a little bit more. He's been somewhere around 45 pitches, but probably tonight, with him not pitching much since last week, they'll stretch him out. That fastball 95 top out. Good slider. That's a plus slider.
It's a FAMU lineup that has not been hitting all that well, just barely above 200. Gainesville native Caden Kresak will lead off. Justin Cruz, also another NOCO kid. He's been leading the team and doing some great things. And then Mo Nile will be the third to hit this inning. So Luke McNeely's ready to go. That means we are ready to go. And the righties wind, and first pitch is right through there at 94 miles an hour and right on time as well. 6:32. As we get going tonight. 81 degrees on first pitch, and McNeely pumps in another fastball, and he's quickly ahead of the Gainesville native. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that first pitch strike is something we're going to look for from McNeely tonight. So he's off to a great start in that department.
Taking his time, now ready, and he stays with the heater. 95 will miss off the plate. Kresak went to Buchholz High School and then over Flagler College for making his way to FAMU. Gets a piece of another fastball.
Yeah, and the reason why he transferred to Florida A&M as a graduate, because Division II does not have graduate players. That's how the Gators got Lugo Canchola, same thing.
And can't check his swing there on a good breaking ball, so they'll have to throw him out, but the throw is high, and Kresak is going to get on first base as Stanford's throw just over the other Gator catcher, Carson Bowen's head, and a strikeout, but a base runner for the Rattlers.
And that's something the Gators been really good at doing lately, and that's playing good defense. So
yeah, no errors last night. Now Justin Cruz will step in, and another good fastball there. So we'll charge the error to Stanford. His second error of the year. Gators just their 11th error, and this is the 14th game, and there's a blooper out into right field, and that ball is going to get down. Cruz has been a hitting machine here in the early going, leading their team. And the average goes up more. That's his team best 13th hit. And just like that, first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the team coming in hitting 203 gets the first 2 base runners on. So that's baseball. You just never know. And like you said, Cruz is their one of 2 300 hitters in their lineup.
So that'll bring in Alex Monile. Monile, a veteran, now in his junior season out of Tampa. And McNeely's first pitch hit hard right at the Gators' second baseman. They'll flip to Miller for 1 on to first, and that is a 4-6-3 twin killing. So exactly what McNeely would have liked to have had an unearned run will come across, and the Rattlers lead at 1-0.
Well, you know, so far so good. He's got a strikeout, kind of a bloop base hit to right center field, and then a ground ball. Of course, A&M's thinking, okay, we got the lead against the highly ranked Florida Gators.
First pitch hacking is the cleanup man, Jake Campbell, and that's over to second where Schwartz will snag it on the infield. So Luke McNeely, a quick first inning, although the Rattlers get the first run of the game. We'll move to the home half. Gators are coming up. Never trailed last night. In fact, they didn't give up a run. So Florida A&M already on top 1-0. Here is the lineup for Kevin O'Sullivan tonight. Kyle Jones not in there, so Blake Sear will hit in the leadoff spot. Then there's Lawson, whose last 5 games have been incredible. SEC Co-Player of the Week. And then Surwick in the 3-hole, followed by Bowen, Strayer, Stanford. And then the freshman Colton Schwartz, second consecutive start, with Sam Miller playing short tonight and Hayden Yost making just his second start of the season. They will face another somewhat local kid out of Ocala, lefty Carson Lindsay.
Yeah, fastball 88 to 90, curve change. Establishing the fastball early is going to be a key for him. And, you know, so far numbers aren't great, but again, a small sample size.
Gators last night, just 4 runs on 9 hits. Gators hit 1 home run in the game, and everybody in the starting lineup except for the DH able to get at least 1 hit. There you see Kevin O'Sullivan, who seems very happy with how this season has started. He has talked about the amount of depth that they have.
Yeah, this is a fun night for him, Jeff, because he gets to see a couple of guys that he normally has not started this year. Hayden Yost hasn't started since opening night. Sam Miller gets to start at shortstop. He gets to see how he can do at that position as well.
So Blake Sear in the leadoff spot for the first time this year, and he will take a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Sear now a senior, 5'11", just shy of 200 pounds. Nice 354 average to get going, as that fastball at 87 misses. Sear has hit in 9 of the last 10 games. So really seeing it well, as that one almost nips him. But Nick, he stands right on top of home plate. It's different than what he did a year ago. It's given him better plate coverage, and he's been jumping all over fastballs.
And you can see the ball deeper on breaking balls that go away from the right-handed hitters.
There was one of them, and it wasn't close. And there you see the tippy toes right on the white line as Sear digs back in there. And the 3-1 is fouled back. Yeah, just a small change, but it has certainly helped him. Sear really struggled with the outside pitch at times last year when he only hit 250. But now the 3-2, and he'll stay alive. Good job by Lindsay, 3-2 breaking ball.
How about that? Off to a leadoff hitter, no less, start in your first batter. You would think he would challenge him here.
Here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat, and Sear wins it. So a leadoff walk. Quickly, the Gators have the first base runner in the bottom of inning number 1. So now the man Nick typed up before the game, and it's not only my partner Nick Belmonte doing it. There's a lot of people all over the country appreciating what Brendan Lawson has done so far. First time he is the DH this year. He got hit in his last at bat yesterday. Kevin O'Sullivan took him out of the game. They put Colt Myers in there at short. And they had talked about maybe even resting Lawson today, but Nick, I think he probably pleaded and said, no, hey, let me swing the bat.
Hey, when you're hot, right?
Good breaking ball in there for strike 1. So Lindsay, the lefty, has started off each of the first 2 hitters with that curveball. Lawson already 5 homers. He had 10 all of last year. Lays off with that fastball at just 84 miles an hour. And I think sometimes for guys like this, though, these hitters, it takes a little of adjustment period. They're so used to seeing 95, not 85.
Oh, this is good for him.
Lays off of that breaking ball. Our home plate umpire tonight is Christopher Tipton. Hank Himonen, the veteran over at first base. Terrell Poole at second. And Jairo Martinez will round out the four-man crew tonight. Austin takes that one just above the belt, like he thought that was high. But it evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and even saying something to the home plate umpire. He's got such a good eye.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you don't want to be swinging at something that you think is out of the zone, especially when you're in control of the count, which he was prior to that pitch.
So now the 2-2, and that one's right down the middle. I'm not sure what he was looking at on that one. Maybe expected something different, but Lawson will head back to the dugout.
Yeah, he just drops this one in, starts at the knees, and just cuts right over the plate. Good pitch.
So a walk and a strikeout for Carson Lindsay. And now the 3-hole hitter, Ethan Surowick.
This guy's been fun to watch. I love his power to the opposite side.
He goes the other way, but right at the second baseman, Brown to Perez, and then back over to first as Figueroa is able to hold on to it. So a couple of double plays for each pitcher in inning number 1, and after one, Florida A&M leads it 1-0. Corey, for the Gators, they seem to have a lot of those, although the series not too even over the years, as Florida A&M has won just once in the previous 33 meetings. Gators run-ruled the Rattlers last year, and the only time that Florida A&M has won a game back in 2014.
Yeah, there's more to that story.
No doubt. Ethan Miller steps in, and McNeely, who threw just 9 pitches in the first inning, delivers ball 1.
What did we count? 10 future big leaguers on that Gator roster that lost to the Rattlers that year.
Actually 12.
12. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts? 12 big leaguers on that roster in 2014. Florida A&M beat them. And we'll run through that list just so everybody remembers. I mean, a few of those names, as that breaking ball's in there. Pete Alonso, Harrison Bader, Richie Martin. Some guys that were staples and still are in the big leagues. 1-2 is out to right, curving, and it is foul.
Yeah, Handhold was on that team. Justin Schaefer was on that team.
Dane Dunning.
Dane Dunning. My goodness.
Already a souvenir. Kid wearing his Gator Ball hat.
There you go.
Gave it to the little bro. They're nice to each other at that age. Then they get teenagers and they're fighting over the ladies and who gets to eat more. Fun times for sure. Here's the 1-2 to Miller, and it's out to right again. We'll see if Bowen can get it, and he does. Little basket catch for the guy making just his second start at first base.
Well, he attacked that one. He said, hey, wait off the bat. He's like, I can get this thing. Wind blowing it back towards him as well. But did not give up on it.
And this is a luxury that Kevin O'Sullivan has and Tommy Slater as they tinker with the lineup. Couple of lefties, so they like Bowen getting that extra right-handed bat there at first base. Good changeup as Jackson McKenzie swings right through it. Junior from Tally, 6'3", 220-pounder.
I went to Gulf Coast, and a guy that Jamie Shoup says he definitely has pro potential. Great body.
Struggling to start the season, though. 0 for 7 as he takes a fastball in there for strike 2, again at 95 miles an hour. McKenzie has struck out in 5 of those 7 at-bats. And McNeely will try to get him here. He won't. That ball's out into the gap in right center field, so Yost will get over in a hurry. And the first hit this year is Jackson McKenzie turning around a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
And you can never take anyone lightly. We talked about that game in 2014. So Florida A&M starts the season off 1-7, just not looking good at all. But wins the series against a team that occasionally makes regional, Central Connecticut State, last weekend in Tallahassee. Took 2 out of 3.
McNeely now facing a righty, misses with a slider to Matthew Perez. Yeah, Central Connecticut State, that's where Steve Trimper, the head coach at Stetson, went to from that area.
Yeah, we'll see Trimp in a few weeks. They come back in.
So many tough, good midweek matchups that the Gators get to play because all these teams are so good in the state. 1-1 is inside, but listen to this number. Since the start of last year, and this is including Miami, Florida State, those bigger schools, the Gators are 19-4 against teams from the state of Florida, including all those wins last week, including the 2 against Miami over the weekend. Good breaking ball there to even up the count.
Yeah, just put that in perspective. LSU just recently lost to 2 Louisiana teams, McNeese State and Northwestern State.
Perez stays alive. Sophomore from Orlando. He's really swinging it well to start the year. 323 average, 10 for 31.
Yeah, got 7 hits in that Central Connecticut State series.
McNeely misses, so that'll bring the count full.
And if you're a hitter right here, you're sitting fastball.
McKenzie's running on the pitch, and it won't matter. He can trot as that one is wide on a fastball. So a single and a walk put a couple of runners on for the Rattlers. And that'll get Josue Figueroa to the plate. Junior from Wisconsin. Off to a slow start.
And Figueroa last year had 8 home runs. An interesting story on how he ended up at Florida A&M. Eduardo Perez knew Josue's dad and called up Jamie Shoup and recommended him.
Not a bad way to get there. McNeely having a bad time throwing strikes here in the inning. He threw 9 pitches, 8 strikes in the first inning, but completely different here in inning number 2. So now the 2-0, and that one is fouled off.
Yeah, you got to be careful too because he's got power.
Yeah, the Rattlers have only hit 3 homers so far in their first 11 games by 3 different guys. Good breaking ball there, and that'll even things up at 2-2.
Boy, if you're ever going to have a pitch to sit on and hit, that was it.
And that was the 20th pitch of the inning. As McNeely takes a deep breath, and that one fouled back. Umpire needs a new set of baseballs. Christopher Tipton, a 2-bagger. 2 pouches there. Last night's umpire just 1.
Maybe he knew something.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch is hit out to third and past the diving Surwick. So Sear will go get it, but McKenzie will easily come around to score, and Figueroa goes the other way. And the Rattlers are off to a really nice start on the double. They lead it 2-0.
Nice piece of hitting by Figueroa right here. Now watch what he does with this pitch. He just fillets it, keeps his hands back down the left field line. And they're off and running.
And that's going to get some guys up in the Gator bullpen. First will be Billy Barlow. Florida right-hander starting to get loose.
Yeah, when you hear Booker T and the MGs in the background through the PA system, that's never good.
Nope.
Usually means conference at the mound.
Little delay of some sort. So much different start than what the Gators saw last night. They're trying to get McNeely going. Haven't really utilized him too much so far as William Brown steps in.
Brown was leading off, and he's just had a tough time striking out a lot. And that's what the Gators need right here. They need a strikeout.
Yeah, Brown has struck out 17 times in his 36 at-bats. And he takes that one in there.
I don't know about you. If I had a guy struggling like this, if he could bunt at all,
yeah,
I'm safety squeezing here with one out.
Gators do have the corner infielders even with the bag, just in case. McNeely misses.
But, you know, if you safety squeeze it and get it down, there's a good chance that runner is going to be off and running on contact, and you're going to get that RBI.
Yeah, not a force either, so you'd have to tag him.
This would be the pitch.
But he swings and misses.
Yeah, third baseman was playing way back. It would have been a perfect time to safety squeeze.
So Brown swings right through the breaking ball. The rest of the infielders back to their normal spots.
Yeah, now with 2 strikes, he'll be swinging away.
And the 2-2 pitch will sit him down. Strikeout number 18, and McNeely gets a big second strikeout.
Yeah, and when you read those numbers out, I mean, 17 strikeouts, you got a middle infielder up. Chances are this guy should be able to be an adept bunter. Infield was playing even with the bag, and that to me smelled safety squeeze.
So back to the top of the order, and Caden Kresak, who came around to score the first run of the game. He'll take a changeup off the plate for ball 1. Kresak actually struck out on a ball in the dirt, but Stanford, the Gator catcher, threw high and allowed Kresak to reach base. There's a good slider, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Kresak has just 1 hit on the season. 1 for 12. Also a pitcher.
Yeah, we may see him tonight, talking to Jamie Shute.
So this will be the 40th pitch for McNeely. That means 31 this inning. And here's the 1-2, and it's just off. McNeely appeared in more games than any other Gator pitcher a season ago. And Kresak stays alive on a good changeup.
Tell you, these A&M hitters, they don't look like a team hitting 203. They've been pesky tonight, especially with 2 strikes. And those are 2 big possible RBIs out there for Kresak to get.
McNeely will try to get him here, and he misses again.
Yeah, the guy on deck has 7 RBIs, which leads their club. I'm talking about Cruz, so you want to get him here.
Yeah, he's already singled tonight. So a big pitch coming to the Gainesville native right here, and he lost him. Tried to throw him a changeup, and Kresak just spit on it. So that'll load the bases for one of the best hitters in their lineup. And here comes Kevin O'Sullivan.
I mean, you rarely see a pitcher go 30 pitches in an inning, and he's past that. We said we wanted to lengthen him out tonight, but this is not what Kevin O'Sullivan meant by doing that. We would have liked to have seen about 43 pitches over 3 innings.
Yeah, because you look at the difference last night. The Gator starter, Cooper Walls, threw just 22 pitches in the first 2 innings. A 10-pitch inning and a 12-pitch inning. So they'll stick with McNeely, who has gotten out of a lot of big spots over his 2 years in a Gator uniform. And he'll have one here as Justin Cruz steps in. Single into the right center field gap his first time up. 325 hitter is a righty, and he's attacking the first pitch. So just like that, Strayer will drift in, look up into that night sky, and haul it in to retire the side. So McNeely gets out of it, But the Rattlers get another run, and we'll head to the bottom of the second with FAMU leading it 2-0. Well, heading into the weekend, last weekend down in Miami, Florida and Miami were all square. 136 wins for each team. There was even a tie thrown in there, but for the first time in about 25 years, the Gators now lead the all-time series.
Yeah, that's a proud statement right there for all Gator players, past and present. My teams went 3-1. We only playing 2-game series each year. That's it.
Yeah, it's changed over the years. As Carson Bowen steps in, puts a charge in that one to the right, but Wind will hold it back, and Kresek now holds it in his glove for out number 1.
Yeah, that was our Carson versus Carson matchup right there.
Yep.
Spelled the exact same way, too, with a K.
Good job by the lefty Carson. 13 pitches in the first inning. That was it. Even after a leadoff walk, he was able to get a double play. So he's faced the minimum so far as Cash Strayer steps in. First pitch hacking. Strayer got another hit off of a lefty last night. So he's starting to get more comfortable in that fashion. He's got 3 hits now against lefties on the year. As he hits that one hard, but right at Alex Moneal. It's like he had a little difficulty judging that line drive right at him for a second, but he caught it.
He thought for a second at the very end that maybe he had come in too quickly, too soon, but made the catch.
So 2 quick outs now, and Cole Stanford, Gator catcher for the second consecutive night, steps in. Like he was taken all the way, and takes that 87-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. Senior's hitting .353 in his first and only year in a Gator uniform. Making his 6th start of the season so far.
Yeah, he was scheduled to catch the Sunday game in Coral Gables. That got rained out. Was able to catch Cooper Walls last night.
And he's hit well. He has gotten a hit in all 5 of the games he has been in there so far.
Yeah, I mean, Sully did a great job recruiting he and Bowen as their 2 catchers. And, you know, they got another one on the roster I'm anxious to see. I'll talk about A.J. Malzone.
Yeah, youngster that's going to be very talented. Good take by Stanford on that changeup. So now it's 3-2, and he'll take another one off the plate. So the second walk of the night for Carson Lindsay gives the Gators a 2-out base runner.
Oh, the ever popular 2-out walk. Will give every coach in America gray hairs.
Well, we did a game last week that the Gators scored, what, 12 runs with 2 outs?
With 2 outs.
Colton Schwartz will hit. Freshman second baseman tonight. Second consecutive start for him, and he's going to line one right back where it came from. Stanford's going to go first to third as the center fielder drops it, so that allows Schwartz to move up an extra bag. And just like that, a couple of guys into scoring position as Colton Schwartz has now hit in 4 of the 5 games that he has started.
Yeah, it's going to be a base hit, E8. There's a line drive right up the middle. You see Cruz come in. I hate when they play it off to the side like that, because once it kicks off your glove, it doesn't stay in front of you.
So the Gators have a chance to tie or take the lead as Sam Miller steps in. He'll bloop one out to right. Kresek trying to get there. He won't. It'll fall, and the Gators are going to get a couple of runs as Schwartz will round third, head for home. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man. And there you go, Nick. The 2-out walk has given the Gators 2 runs in the inning.
Oh, the 2-out walk rears its ugly head once again in the game of baseball. Something about that. It's just frustrating for all involved defensively when that happens, and the Gators take advantage. Miller fights it off and gets it down the line. And that's what happens when you open the gates.
So the last man in the order is Hayden Yost, and he will step in there.
The sad part about what he had done with the 2-out walk, he got the first 2 outs so quick.
And he got ahead of Stanford as well.
And that would have been his second shutdown point in as many innings.
Yep. Yost takes a fastball right through there. Yost still looking for his first hit of the year. 0 for 7 so far, the junior from Tampa. His little brother could have been a part of this year's team, as that one misses outside, but he ended up being a first-round pick.
Yep.
Out of high school.
Out of Sickles High School in Citrus Park in the Tampa area.
Yost played a ton a year ago. Trying to find that form again as he fouls this one off.
Yeah, started over 50 games a year ago. Was a staple in center field. Because you remember, Kyle Jones is scheduled to be the center fielder a year ago. Then he got hurt early in the year, and Yosty came in and could really track him down in center, and Sully loved it and kept him out there.
He's in a 1-2 hole here. First a throw to first. Yeah, Yost hit 4 homers, drove in 38, and had the second most steals on the year. He had 14. That's 30 short of Nick Belmonte's school record. That breaking ball miss. Still going strong 50 years later.
I'm happy about that team in North Miami Beach, Charger team. They're 8-2 now. I did the base running clinic down there. They've stolen 48 bases in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
Breaking ball to Yost. That one's back our way, but a little too high. Since they built the Condren Ballpark and it opened, what, 5 years ago now, 6 years, there has not been one ball to come in the television or radio booth. Big disappointment. 2-2 pitch is down in the dirt. That'll get away, but Miller will stay put. I think they put the net just a little too high. If the net was just a tad lower, then the angle would be perfect. A lot of balls have hit the very top of that net and eluded balls coming in here.
So what you're saying, they didn't consult you when
That's
they built
right.
this place? Okay.
3-2 breaking ball. Yost got his first hit of the year. That a baby. Miller will go first to third, and the bottom part of this Gator order gets things going here in the home half of the second inning.
Yeah, I was watching Hayden Yost all last year patrol that center field position. He just has a knack of going to get fly balls. There's an art to it. He's got it down.
Rattlers will send a couple of guys out to their bullpen as the top of the order will step in again. That is Blake Sear for the first time this year. Jamie Shoup on the top step. Looks like he wants to come out. Jamie Shoup's been there about 12 years now.
Yeah, he's taken his team to regionals and made some noise, too, when he's gotten into some regional.
Yeah, he's won the conference a few times.
Oh, yeah. He's done a great job. And let me tell you, you talk to coaches a lot of times, and sometimes you'll get coach speak. Not from this guy.
No.
He'll tell you how it is.
Well, and he coached some studs when he was a pitching coach at Florida State.
Yep.
Paul Wilson and company. Scott Proctor. What guys that made the big leagues.
You could tell he wasn't sugarcoating that either.
Tanner Walker is the first one up. And now the rest of the pitching staff looks like they will go out there and join in. And see them make their way through the gate. Seat's not as good as out there. as Sear is ready to go. And the first pitch to him, a changeup that misses.
Yeah, Sear right here should look away. Doesn't mean he can't pull a hanger, but look away, especially on that changeup, and just shoot it to the right side if it's in that part of the plate.
Good breaking ball there. Sear's done a good job with guys in scoring position this year. He's hitting .385. That's better than his overall average of .354. Teammates on the corners, and Sear goes after that fastball, but that's a souvenir. Kyle Jones getting the night off as the Gator leadoff hitter. He's got the most hits on the team with 23. 7 different Gators have more than 10 hits already on the young part of the season. Now the 1-2, runner goes. They'll throw back to third, and that will allow Yost to get his first steal of the year. So 2 guys in scoring position now as the Gators try to take the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Long hold by the lefty. And now he's ready. Another ball out to right. Krisak coming in hard to try to get it, and he will corral that one to retire the side. But a 2-out walk leads to a couple of runs. 3 singles after that walk make it as we go to the third. A 2-2 ball game. New arm for the Gators as just a couple of innings for Luke McNeely. He will give way to right-hander Billy Barlow.
Yeah, Barlow in his 4th appearance. He can get that fastball up there, 93, 94. Has a good sinker, slider. Also possesses a cutter, but a versatile guy that you could use as a midweek starter, and we've seen that. Or a mid-relief like here.
Guy from North Myrtle Beach, which is way different than South Myrtle Beach, what I've been told, because when the Gators were there for the regional a year ago, stayed in South Myrtle Beach, and not as cool, according to Billy Barlow, as the north side.
Okay.
South is more of the commercial, touristy stuff. And our producer-director, Scott Snyder, who quite frequents North Myrtle because of all the great golf courses there, which he shot a 78, by the way. Just trying to brag on him and his skills, because he's not only great at what he does, but the golf course is good. But yeah, there's a ton of golf courses up there. Chopper right to second, no problem for the freshman Colton Smorts, and just like that, out number 1. Alex Munio will sit down for the second time. He's hit 2 balls to Schwartz tonight.
And hit them both hard.
There's a Lululemon in North Myrtle Beach.
There you go.
You would like that one. Here's Jay Campbell, the cleanup man. First pitch inside. Campbell popped up to Schwartz his first time up.
Cubs gave me a Lululemon scouting jacket.
Really?
Recently.
Pretty nice. Was coming up the elevator today, as this one is fouled off, and one of the scouts is in the elevator. And I said, "Have you seen the Gators yet?" And he says, "No." He says, "I'm the national cross-checker, pitching-wise, for the Phillies."
Okay.
So he's here to see some of these Gator arms. Probably should have been here last night. Good pitch by Barlow there. Walls with outstanding. Sandifer the same. Skylar Sanford's going to be a big part of this Gator bullpen. He threw 3 scoreless innings. And there's a swing and a miss. Good job by Barlow. 93, some ched, and 2 quick outs as Jay Campbell will head back to the dugout.
I mean, the one name that's really getting attention since he showed up is Reitner.
Yeah.
With the 94-mile-an-hour slider to go up with triple digits in the fastball.
And, of course, Jackson Barberi finished off the game last night, and he was up to 98, 99.
Yep.
Strike one to Ethan Miller.
And Liam Peterson, who obviously didn't pitch last night, but is capable of throwing high 90s.
And that's what he said. I got to be back at another point to see that Friday night guy.
Yes, he does. It's amazing through the years how many guys like that Sully has gotten to this program compared to other schools in the state, for sure.
Barlow's 0-2 pitch fouled off. Yeah, we mentioned the 12 big leaguers on that team that lost to Florida A&M. Majority of those pitchers, we'll run through that pitching list next inning for you. A slew of guys that were really good. Speaking of really good, how about Billy Barlow? A couple of strikeouts, one on some high ched. That one, a nice hard slider. A couple strikeouts in the inning as he hangs a 0. We head to the bottom of the third, a 2-2 ball game in Gainesville. About a quarter of the way into the college baseball season already, and SEC play will happen next weekend. You'll see a lot of ranked matchups all over the place. A couple of big ones: Mississippi State, Arkansas, Tennessee, Georgia, A&M, Oklahoma, and South Carolina will be the first team to take on the Gators in SEC play. Paul Maneri's team struggling to start off the year. But you never know when the weekends roll around.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting weekend. I know anytime that first SEC weekend comes, this place is packed like it will be here next Tuesday when the Noles come to town.
Here's Brendan Lawson. He did not see the lefty Carson Lindsay well his first time. The only strikeout so far for Lindsay was a strikeout looking to Lawson, who has reached base in every single game this year, all 13 of them. Two other Gators have done that: Surowick and Kyle Jones, who is not in the lineup tonight. 1-1 to Lawson, hacked foul. Six multi-hit games for Lawson, whose average is at .452. Lindsay ready, and he's going to get Lawson again. How about that? 2 strikeouts tonight, and both to the Gators' best hitter.
This is a excuse me swing. And a pitch out of the zone, but got him to bite.
Here's Surowick, hit a ball hard his first time, just right at the second baseman. Hard again, and this time he'll find some green grass as he lines that one right back up the middle. Surowick now a 10-game hitting streak, and he has reached base in every game in a Gator uniform. Well, he wasted no time on that, and Jamie Shoup wasted no time to come out of the dugout. That'll be it for Carson Lindsay. And Tanner Walker, who was warming up, will now be in the ballgame. We'll tell you all about him when we come back here on the SEC Network. Has used now 2 arms, and the second one for Florida A&M is righty Tanner Walker out of Eustis.
Yeah, by way of St. John's River State College in Pulaski. That's Ross Jones over there.
That is
Coach.
correct.
Yeah, fastball 90 miles an hour, breaking ball, slider, and change. He probably has the most impressive numbers pitching wise on their staff with 11 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts. Has only walked 1.
Yeah, Ross Jones, the athletic director, over there as well. I think he might shut down the baseball coaching pretty soon. As Carson Bowen steps in. And the first pitch to him is right to the third baseman, Campbell, on to Brown. And just like that, Walker induces the 5-4-3 twin killing. So quickly, Throws one pitch, gets 2 outs, says this game is easy. We'll head to the 4th, 2-2 ball game. Runs through the first 3 innings of this one. Alongside Nick Belmonte, Jeff Cardozo here with you. Steve Egan, our statistician tonight. So anytime there's a dorky number thrown out there, Eags is spitting them out, and we are all for it. That's what baseball guys are. They're dorks with numbers, and there's a million of them that you can find in the baseball world. And Egan's been around Gator Sports a long time. Got honored last night at the basketball game, 30 years of service. So we appreciate him doing it, and he's been a part of all these sports for a really long time. Billy Barlow looking good. He throws strike 1. 92-mile-an-hour heater. He threw 11 pitches and got a couple of strikeouts last inning. Little slow roller here, and just some bad luck as that one squeaks through the right side. But Jackson McKenzie now a 2-for-2 day. It was the bottom part of the order that did damage their first time. Single, walk, double for the 3 hitters that are coming up this inning. Matthew Perez steps in, the shortstop. And Barlow gets a strike. Barlow's given up at least 1 run in all 3 of his outings so far. At Stetson, Kennesaw State, and FIU. He got the start in 2 of those 3. He paints the corner again at 92. And he's quickly ahead of the Rattler shortstop. 0-2 pitch, fouled off.
It's a big portion of this ball game as far as where the momentum lies, because Florida A&M was able to stop the Gator momentum with that big double play to end last inning.
Slow roller this time to the left. Surowick has it. The only play will be to first. But some nice range from the Gator third baseman to get the first out of the inning.
Well, he shows you something there. The big man to his left, as you said, covers a lot of ground here. Watch this. Good first step. Nice soft hands on that short hop, too. That's important.
Like he tried to peek, see whether or not he could get the lead out at second, but chose to just get the out. Now Josue Figueroa. Biggest hit of the game so far. Double down the left field line past Surowick, who tried to dive to his right for it. And it was a big hit for Figueroa, who was not swinging it all that well to start off the season. Good change up there. Figueroa had been just 4 for 32 before that hit. He's now got 2 doubles and 5 hits on the year. Another change.
Yeah, a year ago, Figueroa in 58 games hit 225. We mentioned the 8 home runs, had 33 RBIs. So he can lead the yard here if you make a mistake.
Barlow's getting ahead of a lot of these hitters. He does it again, and he just misses getting a strikeout. Figueroa knew it wasn't a strike.
Yeah, well, you better be hacking, because usually you don't get that same pitch again, called a ball.
We'll see if they go back to it. They do, and a lot further inside to back the lefty off the plate.
I mean, as a hitter, you're thinking, he's challenging me fastball, so I'm going to air it out.
It was a fastball, and it's chopped right back to Barlow. Doesn't even hesitate. Goes over to first for the second out of the inning. Good pitch.
Yeah, and it's one of those as a hitter, you say, really, that's all I did with that? I'm looking fastball, I get it. And I just swing over the top of it. But that ball had heavy sink to it.
So now the 9-hole hitter, William Brown. Senior from Tallahassee, struck out his first time up. Barlow will go back to the windup here. And Brown does what he did a lot in that first at bat, swing and miss a breaking ball. Just a 162 average with 3 ribbies on the year, and he misses that one badly for strike 2.
I'm telling you, at this point, when you're going to flow like this, even with 2 strikes, I'm laying a bunt down for a base hit. If I strike out, if I foul it off, so be it. Because this other way is not working, and it's usually something like that that'll get you going.
Yeah, Brown has struck out 18 times now in 37 at-bats this year. And Barlow way ahead of him here. The 0-2 pitch. See ya! 3 straight sliders, and Barlow at the Condren Ballpark in Gainesville, but nobody has even sniffed getting it out of the park. 2 runs, 4 hits for each team. Each team has also made an error. As the Gators will grab their bats here for the bottom of the 4th. Strayer, Stanford, and Schwartz, 5, 6, and 7 in the order tonight. Castrayer facing a righty for the first time as he takes strike 1. He lined to left off to Carson Lindsay. Hit the ball really hard, just right at Mo Neal. Strayer's average has dipped below 400 now for the first time all season. Still has 7 multi-hit games in his young Gator career. He'll foul that one off.
Yeah, I mean, he's come on the scene, and he's the real deal. Now, that next over the hump step will be SEC play. That's 9 days away.
And there's a swing and a miss. So Tanner Walker gets off to a good start. Faced 2 hitters and gotten 3 out so far.
Yeah, up the ladder. Gets him the chase. Of course, Cash is going to face FSU for the first time on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's not going to get any easier.
Here's Cole Stanford. First pitch up and off the plate. Stanford, the 2-out walk back in the 2nd inning, and that led to the 2 Gator runs to score. And he's going to get on base again. That one hurt a little bit more than the 2-out walk, but credit the Gator catcher for trotting down to first base.
He just gets away from him.
Got him right on the elbow guard. No problem. So here's Colton Schwartz, Gators' second baseman. He's now 5 for 14 on the year. 5th start of the year. Average up to 357 now. Started last night as well. He jumped on the first pitch last at bat and lined it into center field. Had a nice at bat back in the 4th inning yesterday. Defense was playing back, and he knew he just hit a ball on the ground with the guy on third, less than 2 outs, and ended up driving in a run. And this one is lined fair down the left field line. Stanford's on his horse. The ball's going to rattle around in the corner. He's going to round third, head for home. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man. And Colton Schwartz stays hot, his 2nd double of his Gator career. And he's got a ribby to give the Gators a 3-2 lead.
It must be in the name. If you get a Schwartz in a Gator uniform, you could just flat out hit, right? So Colton gets the Gators the lead for the first time tonight.
Older brother, of course, J.J. Schwartz. Ran into J.J. down in Miami. He was there.
J.J., he of the 4 home runs in 1 game against Stetson.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Here's Sam Miller, He was first pitch hacking his last time up, but no chance to hit that one.
Other J.J. Schwartz trivia question is, who caught the final out in the 2017 World Series?
He did. He was playing first base at the time. Miller takes that one down low, and it was really his play as a first baseman in that game to make the play to Rivera and throw out Kim Mulkey's kid at home plate.
Mr. Robertson.
Yeah, Kramer Robertson, which I know a lot of Gator fans didn't really like that guy, so it was a big deal. But one of the huge plays in that game, the Gators were really good defensively that day. And Miller lines one into left. He's got 2 hits. They're going to hold Schwartz up at third base, but how about the bottom part of this order now? You look at both Schwartz and Miller have gotten hits. Yost has gotten a hit, so he's got a chance to join the trio of all getting 2 hits in their first couple of at-bats. Well, the Gators have 6 hits now, and 5 of them by the 3 guys that are factors right now. Stanford already has scored. And Yost, first pitch hacking, pops that one up a mile high out towards short. Perez in shallow left field will make the catch, so Yost can't get the job done. And that is one of the few occasions this year where the Gators have not gotten the job done. Guy on third, less than 2 outs.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9 before that pop-up was 5 for 5 at tonight's game.
So Blake Sear will have to try to pick up his teammate. Sear was up with a couple of guys on last time up, and he flew to right. So he'll try to be different than that here as he takes that slider.
Oh, tricky how he caught that ball.
You see the Gator runners on the corner. Schwartz at third, Miller at first. And he swings over that slider. Jamie Shute in the background there. About what pitch to throw. And Walker will deliver a fastball that misses down and off the plate.
See if the Gators start the runner. Miller over at first base here.
Yeah, he's been caught his only time trying to steal this year. Another off-speed pitch. Sear goes the other way, and that one will float down in front of the center fielder, Cruz. So Schwartz will come in to score. First to third goes Miller, and a nice 2-out knock for the Gator leadoff hitter today. And Florida now with a 4-2 lead.
A little bit of separation we're starting to see from the Gators here as they start to take charge of this ball game. Just get it in play. Good things will happen.
And a really nice approach there by Sear. He had swung over some breaking balls and not looked too good on them, and then waits back a little bit longer, gets it into right field. So now Brendan Lawson, he's just happy that Carson Lindsey's not in there anymore. Lindsey struck him out both times he faced him. Once looking, once swinging.
Yeah, and he just looked fooled on both at-bats.
Yeah, like he wasn't seeing it.
Big lead over at first.
Lawson will take that changeup down low. Runners in scoring position this year for Lawson. Nick's grade average back in high school. You know what that was? You're 72. 72 average. Was that about your average grades? Just C average. C's get degrees. At least that's what my kid tell me. Lawson's batting .722 with runners in scoring position.
I got all A's in grad school.
Swing and a miss again. Good changeup. Lawson not seeing it well tonight.
No, chased after that pitch. Clearly out of the zone. Let's see if they come back to it here. And if Sully's thinking that way, he probably sends his runner here.
Sear with a good lead. There he goes. 2-2 pitches high, and they'll just let Sear swipe second base. So he'll dirty up those white pants, and now Lawson's got a chance to drive in a couple with 2 outs. Does leave first base open again, so you can be careful here to Lawson. You would expect a changeup. And that's what it was. And Lawson took it. So he'll trot down to first base. He's now reached in all 14 games this year. And the bags are full of orange jerseys for Serowik.
I like the at-bat, too, because he was fooled on a couple of pitches, but he didn't get over aggressive there and swing at that last pitch out of the zone. He could have been tempted to. So that was a mature at-bat.
Well, Serowik has a chance to now tie Lawson for the team lead in ribbies. He's 4 behind him right now. And the first pitch is down in the dirt.
But he could blow this thing wide open right here. Wind blowing out to left field.
Singled up the middle his last time up. You see the outfielder's extremely deep.
Yeah, he's looking for something that he could drive. Anything inner half.
Got something there, but he fouled it off.
And there's no reason for them to come into Serowik here, and he's got to know that.
Serowik this year 2 for 3 with the bases loaded. And he'll take that one on the inner part of the plate. So he finds himself in a 1-2 hole. Gators this year as a team are hitting .393 with the bases loaded. So they've done a really nice job. 1-2 pitch is a sword. Good pitch by Walker. And that will retire the side. But the Gators get a couple more and now lead it as we go to the 5th inning, 4-2. The Alligator making his way through the berm. A lot of ladies out there enjoying things. Best seat in the house. Everybody having a good time. Even the little ones swaying to the music. And then the moves that were taught by Nick Belmonte.
Yeah, I went to school here in the disco era.
You wear bell bottoms?
Who didn't?
You rocked those things, didn't you?
Absolutely. Nick shirts, Puka shows. Let's go.
Billy Barlow's been rocking. Couple of scoreless innings. Relief for him. He has struck out 3 in his 2 innings of work, so he gets back to work. See the Gators and what they have done of late. Longest winning streak since 2020. When they started 16-0. Game number 17 would be the final game of the season as Barlow misses wide to the leadoff man, Caden Kresak. Georgia was supposed to come down right after that loss to Florida State. Parker Messick was the Florida State pitcher that day, and he was really good against the Gators. Had a phenomenal career in Tallahassee. And then COVID hit. Shutting everything down. Kevin O'Sullivan's had a really good team that year, and he kind of did what he did this year. A lot of shuffling of lineups, never really used the same one, and a lot of depth on that team.
You know where they're getting ready to go play, right? Georgia was coming in.
That's right.
It was like 1 against 2 in the nation.
Yep.
And that's when they told us, hey, you're going to have a game where there's going to be no crowd. And that escalated to nothing.
Barlow misses high, so a leadoff walk to Caden Kresak. And the Gainesville native will trot down to first base for the 2nd time via the walk.
In that same week, Paul Maneri, who was coaching LSU, found out live when he was doing an interview with Paul Feinbaum on a show that the season had been shut down.
Wow.
He found out in the middle of an interview with Paul Feinbaum. Of course, we're going to see Paul here in a couple weeks with South Carolina.
Justin Cruz, first pitch hacking, and he continues to hit. Couple of singles for him, and it's the top part of the Florida A&M order getting after it, saying, hey, we want those two right back. And now the Gators are going to get some action out in their bullpen. Second hit that Barlow has given up. Caden McDonald is going to be the Gator that starts to get loose.
A strike throwing machine, Caden McDonald.
Well, if I was Colton Schwartz, I'd get ready as Alex Monil steps in, although he's squaring to bunt. Monil has hit it twice to him. One, a 4.63 double play in the first, and then another grounder to him to start off the third. And now Gators want to have a conversation. And how about this conversation? A catcher and a catcher. And then everybody else will join in. But that's the unique part about when Bowen plays first base. You have Bowen and Stanford to go out there and have conversations. These guys know these pitchers so well, and you can get that advice now from two different people.
And we talk about McDonald. I mean, one of the things that he does well, you look at Michael Byrne out there, Gator coach, great Gator closer, championship year 2017. Now, Florida A&M has only completed 2 sacrifices on the young season. Monil does not have any. Only Brown and Ethan Miller have sacrifice bunts.
So Surlick will read on what's going to happen, but Monil already squaring. He'll get it down and perfectly. Barlow bounces off the mound. He only throws to first, and he throws it away. So Krisak will score easily. And just like that, the Rattlers are within 1 with a chance to get a couple. Really nice bunt there by the left fielder.
Yeah, good mechanical bunt, kept the angle, got it down. And we see this all the time now because a lot of teams don't bunt. Teams have problems fielding bunts.
So they give it a bunt base hit and then an error to Barlow. Kevin O'Sullivan out to the mound, so that'll do it for Billy Barlow. Can't get through his third inning of work. In fact, has not gotten an out. So Caden McDonald in a little bit of a jam. We'll tell you about him when we come back. Pitching change, third arm of the evening for Kevin O'Sullivan is sophomore righty Caden McDonald.
Yeah, we talked about his ability to throw strikes. You can see he hasn't even surrendered a walk this year. This is 4th appearance. Fastball, 90-92. A lot of strikes, though. Fastball, curve, slider, change. And right now, that's what has plagued, the Gators in this game has just been poor defense.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. A wild pitch, start the game, got Krisak on base as the catcher Stanford couldn't throw him out. Threw wide of first, and then Billy Barlow just threw wide of first. As McDonald steps in and throws strike 1. Cleanup man Jake Campbell at the plate. He has done 2 things tonight that the Gators would like to have again. Pop up to the second baseman and a strikeout. As McDonald misses there.
Yeah, and Campbell, a guy at 330 a year ago as a freshman. So very capable. Gators playing their defense back up the middle, even with the bag on the corners.
McDonald, another slider, misses down low. He was great at Stetson in his first appearance of the year. 3 scoreless innings where he only allowed a hit with 4 strikeouts. But he'll miss again. But the next 2 times out, gave up 3 runs to Kennesaw State and then 3 more to FIU. Another righty on deck as first base is open. So after a first pitch strike, 4 wide ones, and McDonald issues his first walk of the year. And the bases are going to be loaded for the catcher, Ethan Miller. Miller has popped up to the first baseman and struck out. And McDonald able to get that one in there at 91 miles an hour.
Tell you what, Rattlers have not been rattled.
Nope. This one out to short. Miller to Schwartz, on to first, and that is pitcher's best friend. 6-4-3 twin killing ties the game, but the Gators will certainly take it with a couple of outs now here in the 5th.
Yeah, it's the ground ball you needed to get, and kind of one of those deals where both sides are happy because you tied the game. You can see the glad hand all around in the A&M dugout.
No RBI for Miller, but now you've got to face Jackson McKenzie, who's got a couple of hits already tonight. Singled in the second, came around to score, singled again in the 4th to lead off that inning, but then Barlow settled down nicely. This one a jam job, but it'll be foul for strike 2.
Florida A&M coming in here not playing like a 3-8 ball club.
McDonald trying to finish off the inning. Here's the wind in 0-2, and he'll miss. Hardest one yet. He humped up 94 miles an hour. Still ahead in the count, though. This one out to center. Yost will not be able to get there, and McKenzie's got a 3-hit day to give the Rattlers a 3 spot in the inning, and they now lead it 5-4. Nice job of hitting.
Florida A&M not intimidated at all coming into the Condren family ballpark tonight. Jumped out to a lead, fell behind, now back in the lead.
Here's Matthew Perez. You know, all those runs are going to be charged to Barlow as Perez lines one foul.
And what Florida A&M has done well tonight is battled behind in the count.
Perez behind here, and he'll chop one out to short. Miller has it, flips the short route to retire the side, but 7 guys come up, 3 of them cross home plate, and we're halfway through this one tonight at the Condren Ballpark. Florida A&M leads it 5-4. Crowd swinging and swaying to We Are the Boys here at the Condren Ballpark. Nice crowd for a Wednesday night. Weather is absolutely gorgeous, 75 degrees as we are about an hour and a half into this thing, and we are at the halfway point. Fans happy, even though their team trailing right now. Florida A&M with a 5-4 lead, and another new pitcher coming in for the Rattlers. It is a right-hander, Clark Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln was one of those guys where they thought could possibly have started tonight, but he is a guy that he's slow and slower. Fastball 78 to 80. So he's gonna thumb it up there.
Carson Bowen the first to hit him. And he'll take that one at 77 on the corner. Bowen was the only Gator to not bat in the 4th inning, as the Gators sent 8 to the plate. That one floats up there again at 77.
Talking to Jamie Shoup about it, he says, you know, I always got to have one of those side armors. It's always a good change of pace.
Bowens 0 for 2 tonight. Make it 0 for 3.
That's what I'm talking about. Pulls the string there on 68 miles an hour. It's hard to hit 68 miles an hour. It really is.
Yeah.
Because you're just not used to it.
Fifth strikeout tonight. You see the difference in the hitters tonight. Top of the order, not so good. Bottom of the order, really good. As Cash Strayer steps in, we'll count him at the top of the order as he's hitting in the 5 hole tonight. Strayer's 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. That went off. Strayer has hit in 4 of the last 6. 6 for his last 18 now. As the hot start is calming down a little bit. We'll take that one down low. Gators have not trailed much through the middle part of the game this year. Strayer goes the other way hard to the shortstop, but Perez gobbles it up and has no problem throwing across for the out. And Strayer's 0 for 3. The 5th inning this year has been the 3rd most productive inning for the Gators. First and second, actually the 2 best offensive innings for the Florida offense this year. Two outs now for Cole Stanford. And when it comes down to it, I think through the length of a college baseball season, you normally see that 5th and 6th innings as the biggest run producers. When you guys see the other guy a few times, as that one floats in there again for strike 2. Stanford's been on base both times. A walk and a hit by pitch. He's come around to score both times as well.
And if the Gators don't score here or this goes quick, I'm going to assume that Jamie Shoup's going to throw him back out there for another inning.
Yeah, there you see the way this Gator offense scores, how productive they are early in the ball game. And there's another swing and a miss. 69 on that off-speed pitch, and a 1-2-3 quick inning for Clark Lincoln. And the Gators trail it as we go to the 6th, 5-4. Gators have won 12 straight games since dropping the opener of the college baseball season. The Rattlers come in at just 3-8, and they have not won a game away from their home ballpark all year. They come in 0-3. But playing well tonight, and they just put up a 3-spot in the 5th to take the lead. Caden McDonald will face 8, 9, and 1 in the Rattler order, and the first pitch right through there at the knees. Josue Figueroa doubled his first time, drove in a run back in the 2nd inning, and he chopped one right back to the mound his last time up. Good breaking ball there. All 3 runs last inning were charged to Billy Barlow as the moon starts to make his way up.
That's the worm moon, by the way.
Look at that with the tree silhouette in there.
You know why it's called the worm moon?
It was hot.
It brings out the worms from the ground. Very good, Jeff.
That's a great shot.
Either that or it's named after Dennis Rodman. I don't know, one or the other.
Yeah, with the tree right there in the way of the moon, you can see the man on the moon. It'll pop up a little bit more. The face is looking down to the left.
And last night it was what, the blood moon lunar eclipse?
Yeah. McDonald's 1-2, got him. Fastball right by him at 93 miles an hour, and a good start to the 6th inning for the Gator right-hander.
Ball has a nice tail on it, just doesn't catch up with it.
So here's William Brown. He is up in the batter's box as far as he can be. And Nick, you got your wish. He couldn't keep it fair, but Nick's been pleading for William Brown to try to lay one down. He has not touched the ball tonight in 2 at-bats.
Yeah, but he shows it too late. The ball's practically on him. That's in slow motion, and it gets on him quick. So you can imagine in real time how quick it got on him. If you're going to bunt for a base hit, it's all about the placement of the bunt, not the element of surprise. Because this kid's got great wheels. If he gets it down on the ground in the one area, it's going to be tough to throw him out. So it's all about showing it a little bit earlier.
He got down the line in a hurry as McDonald gets that one at the knees for strike 2. Brown on the year has 6 hits. And with the 2 strikeouts tonight, he has 19 strikeouts.
We had a kid, one of my teammates, Joe Ward from Vero Beach. He would always bunt with 2 strikes, and he would always get it down. Of course, they'd be playing him back.
Yeah.
Right?
And there's another strikeout. This time on the heater, 94 from the Gator right-hander, and it's back-to-back strikeouts here in the 6th. And the hat trick for William Brown.
Just blows it right by him. The best time for me to bunt a lot of times is when you already have 1 strike, because the infielders back up a little bit.
So now Caden Kresak. There's a strike. Little guy's been walked a couple of times tonight. Been on base all 3 times. As he gets a piece of that one and fouls it back. Kresak just 5'8", but grew up in Gainesville, so I'm sure loving getting to play here at the Condren Ballpark.
Yeah, he played for Dave Barnett at Flagler, at least early in his collegiate career.
Now McDonald's 1-2 will get him. Strikeout to Figueroa, Brown, and Kresak as McDonald K's the side. Nice job by the right-hander as he gets rid of the Rattlers. 1, 2, and 3. Well, shot by Hans, who is up here in the booth with us, but not so beautiful if you're a Gator fan, as Florida trails at 5-4. And Clark Lincoln is back to work, and he's been a strike throwing machine. He'll face the bottom part of this Gator order that has been very good tonight, including this guy. Freshman's got a couple of hits as Colton Schwartz is quickly in an 0-2 hole. Schwartz has singled and doubled. He's now hit in 4 of the 5 starts he's had in a Gator uniform.
Clark Lincoln making his first appearance of the year. I don't know where they've been keeping him. Looks pretty good.
And he still looks that way. He's just floating balls up there about 68, 69 miles an hour, and the Gators are swinging and missing. That's his 3rd strikeout in the 4 hitters he's faced.
And you're thinking, well, isn't it the hard pitches the ones that are fast? Well, these Gator players face 93 to 98 every day in practice with their own staff. So you rarely get to see 68 to 72.
But now Sam Miller, he's had a good day, and he'll get robbed of an even better day as Jake Campbell figures out what the hot corner is all about, catching that liner for out number 2.
I tell you what, Jamie Shoup was raving about his play at third base, so this is a rocket off the bat of Miller. Weird things happen when the moon is full.
Very true.
Because no one, I would think, would be predicting this score in the 6th inning.
So now Hayden Yost, he'll take a breaking ball for strike 1. Yost had a chance to give the Gators another run in the 4th inning, but he popped up to the shortstop with runners on the corners. And he's quickly in an 0-2 hole here.
I remember playing for Jay Bergman here. We went up to Valdosta State, and I got to say, we lost to a guy named Hodges McClendon that was throwing probably slower than this guy. We were in front of everything.
Yeah. Another pop-up from Yost. Shallow center field. Justin Cruz cruising in. And he's got it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Clark Lincoln, who will clap his glove and now give a fist bump to the catcher. So another 0 on the board. We head to the 7th, 5-4, Florida A&M. Just 5-4, each team with 7 hits, but a couple of errors have certainly helped Florida A&M score some runs. And we start the back half of this game as Caden McDonald gets back to work. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Justin Cruz has had a nice night at the plate. Couple of hits already as he takes strike 1. Single in the 1st, another one in the 5th. As he pulls back on a bunt attempt there.
That outside pitch, you saw him offer and then pull it back. That's a good pitch to bunt because you can get that good running start towards first.
Cruz is from Archer, right at the end of Archer Road here in Gainesville. Just head west, you'll run right into the small town. McDonald's 1-2 is fouled off, and when Cruz got the first hit back in the 1st inning, you could hear a lot of people cheering for him. So I know another cool thing for him, be back in the area and have a good night. He's had a good season for Florida A&M.
Jamie Shoup calls him the best athlete on the club.
Other than pitchers. Those leaving those guys out. And he's going to get robbed by Schwartz. Nice play by the Gators second baseman. He has done a really good job over the last couple of nights going to his left, and he had just enough ups to haul that one in.
Line drive off the bat. Great timing on that jump as well.
Schwartz was a high school shortstop. Here's a little flare out to left. Sear trying to get there, and he will. So a couple of nice defensive plays by the Gators here in the 7th. Good read by Blake Sear, and he came in and got it. So 2 quick outs now, and Jake Campbell to the plate. He's first pitch hacking. Campbell 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. Sophomore from Tallahassee. There's 93 on the inner part of the plate. McDonald in a nice rhythm now. Campbell trying to slow him down. That's a good miss. 0-2.
Yep.
Don't want to put anything close. But now 1-2 be a little bit better. But Campbell still doesn't chase. Campbell's the first guy that McDonald faced when he came in. He walked him. This time he gets him to ground to short. It's going to be a tough play by Miller, though, and he's not going to be able to make it. So an infield single as Campbell beats one out. That ends a streak of 6 in a row being retired. Ernesto Lugo Conchola now starting to get loose. As a lefty is probably trying to get ready for the guy on deck. Jackson McKenzie, he has been really, really good tonight as a DH, and he was out warming up in the bullpen last inning. There's strike one.
Campbell, the runner at first, 1 for 1 in the stolen base department.
Miller has struggled tonight, not gotten the ball out of the infield. Grounded into a double play as last time. And this one's chopped right to Serwick. He'll set his feet, and a strike across the diamond retires the side. Time to stretch here at the Condren Ballpark. The Rattlers continue to lead it tonight as we go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-4. Yet, because we've got a ball game here after we stretch at the Condren Ballpark. They're all still up and intrigued to see if the Gators can get a run, at least try to tie this thing up. Florida A&M up 5-4. Gators will have the top of their order coming up. Sear, Lawson, and Serwick against a guy that has been great. 2 scoreless innings, and he has faced the minimum. Clark Lincoln delivers ball 1 to Sear. Singled in a run his last time up. He has now hit in 10 of the 11 games. Good piece of this one, but Cruz will drift over and haul it in. No problem.
Yeah, and that's what 71 miles an hour is going to do for you, is going to get you out in front, and that's what happened there. So that's 7 in a row. And even throwing under usually 75 miles an hour his entire outing here, he has 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, the Gators are going to certainly have to change their approach. But here's Lawson. That went a little wide.
One of the advantages you would have with a guy like him is if you get a base runner, because you can get a good jump off a guy like him to steal bases. You got to get on first, right?
Yeah. Gators just haven't been able to do that yet. As Lawson takes that one. 72-mile-an-hour spinner on the outer part of the plate. That one will just miss.
And guys like Lincoln, as you look at the hitters right here, 1 through 6, it's that bottom part of the order coming through. A guy like Lincoln, he can throw all day.
Yep.
And they got nobody up in the pen. Why would they, right?
Lawson hits that one hard, but the defense up to the challenge again. Figueroa acts like a hockey goalie and knocks that thing down for out number 2.
Yeah, and if you don't walk anybody, you put it in play, and those good things will happen to you defensively. This ball is scorched. So he does a nice job keeping his hands back on that off-speed pitch. But right at the first baseman, Figueroa.
So 8 in a row retired now. And Ethan Serwick will step in. Serwick a single in 3 trips. That was back in the 3rd inning. Gives him a team best 10-game hitting streak now.
And see, here's the other problem you have. If you're a power hitter like Serwick, you really got to keep your hands back, because you're going to have to generate all your power on a ball coming that fast.
Mm-hmm.
And when hitters tend to be out in front, then that drains all their God-given power. So Serwick should be looking away, keep his hands back, and try to go that side if he's going to think long ball here.
He was hacking.
Yeah, pulled his head right there. You can see the shoulder in the helmet, everything to the left. You want to stay on that ball. Look for that slider going away right here.
And yeah, I think the scoreboard was wrong. It should have been 3-0 there. And the Gator dugout saying the same thing. But Surowiec was hacking there 3-0. He got the green light. And if all 4 umpires miss this, then that's going to be an issue. And they will say it's 3-1.
And I like the call because you got your guy, your power guy up there. You think he's going to throw a get me over strike 3-0. Why not have him hack?
The same thing here. They give him a breaking ball and barely got a piece of it.
And that's because he's way out in front. You hit that ball right on the cap of the bat right there. Again, if you think right side, doesn't mean you can't pull it, but it mentally makes you keep your hands back longer when a guy's throwing it up there like this.
Well, finally issues a base runner. Misses inside with that breaking ball, and Surowiec will trot down to first with a 2-out walk. Same thing that ignited the Gators back in the second inning. Florida then got 3 straight singles to tie the game at 2.
You know, Surowiec 1 for 1 in stolen bases on the year. And like I said, you can get a good jump on a guy that's throwing that slow.
Now here's Carson Bowen. And he's way out in front of that one. Cody Williams, senior righty, is starting to get loose out in the bullpen for FAMU.
You know, you got a guy up there that can give you the lead in one swing. That's why Surowiec's staying put.
Bowen, though, really struggling of late. 0 for 3 tonight, and he's just 3 for his last 24. Average has dipped all the way down to 256. Quick to the plate on that one. Lincoln with a slide step.
Yeah, that one was about a 1-1-5, which is really tough to get a jump on. But Surowiec had a very small lead over there.
And that one will miss as well. So Bowen way up in the count now, 3 balls and a strike. Surowiec goes, and the pitch is way off the plate. So back-to-back walks now, and Cash Strayer has a chance to tie this thing up.
Well, we talked about the 2-out walk. Now we had the 2-out back-to-back walks.
But here comes Jamie Shoup.
Now he's got his regular closer, Cody Williams. I mean, that's his go-to guy.
Well, they were also warming up the DH. That was Jackson McKenzie, so I think he's ready, and he was a lefty. Yeah, and he's going to now pop out of that third base dugout. So they're going to go with a matchup here. And McKenzie's going to come in to pitch. McKenzie has not fared well in 3 appearances, but he's been really good at the plate tonight.
Well, if you're saying, well, wait a minute, this guy's coming from the dugout, how could he be loose? People have to realize there's a tunnel underneath the stands where you can take batting practice and warm up if need be.
Yeah, he was staying loose. He actually was in the bullpen a couple of innings ago as well when he wasn't up there hitting. So I'm sure he's fine, no issues whatsoever. And the junior from Tallahassee coming in a really big spot.
Yeah, this is a big spot in this ball game. And think about this. Here we are, bottom of the 7th inning, 3-8 Florida A&M in a dogfight with the Gators right here. So Jamie Shoup has to be proud of what he has seen from his team. When you look at the numbers, 4th appearance on the year, 9.82 ERA. 10 strikeouts, 4 walks in that 7 1/3 innings. But fastball 92 now. Originally, he had signed with Mississippi State, did McKenzie. And Jamie Shoup wanted to welcome Octavia Moyer. His assistant coach is not with him on this trip. He and his wife Fifi has given birth to their son by the name of Wyatt, 9-pound baby boy. So Fiji and Octavian, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Awesome. So Strayer will face a lefty. Got a hit off of a lefty last night in a big spot. It's now 3 for 10 this year against lefties. See Bowen, the runner at first, talking to Mike Rivera. Clark Lincoln was really, really good. Retired the first 8 guys he faced, although a couple of balls were hit hard. 2 really nice defensive plays for the Rattlers, who have not played bad defensively at all tonight. Just 1 error.
Yeah, and that's a team that has not been playing good defensively. 955 fielding average coming in.
So Strayer steps in. One of the biggest spots he's been in a Gator uniform. Team down 1. And the first pitch right through there on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Strayer 0 for 3 tonight. First baseman Figueroa is hugging the line. Breaking ball is nowhere close.
Well, take this in consideration too now. These hitters are now coming up. All had faced Clark Lincoln throwing 68 to 75. Now they're facing a guy over 90.
See how close Figueroa is to the line there. As that one misses again. So the lefty McKenzie got a fastball over, but a couple of breaking balls that haven't been close. See if he comes back in with a fastball here to Strayer. 2 balls and a strike, and there is a fastball, but it's wide for ball 3. A righty on deck. It is Cole Stanford. Outfield pretty deep for the 3-1 pitch, and that misses. So 3 consecutive walks have loaded the bases, and a single can now give the Gators a lead. And Cole Stanford will get the chance. Nowhere to put him, or this ball game will be tied. Stanford will have his first at bat this year with the bases loaded.
Let's see if Jamie Shoup starts him off changeup. As a hitter, you better be looking fastball, however.
And that hit him. We're tied. Breaking ball right to the foot. And whole bunch of freebies here in the 7th have evened this thing up at 5 apiece.
So he did go off speed first pitch. Nowhere to go. Hits him around the ankle area of the front foot. And right in the heel.
Well, Jamie Shoup back out again. Talking to the home plate umpire first, and they're going to make a move. Well, as good as McKenzie's been at the plate tonight, he's 3 for 3, and he drove in the run that gave them the lead back in the 5th. Not so good on the mound, and Cody Williams will come in the ball game. We'll tell you about him when we come back, all tied at 5 apiece here in Gainesville. Florida A&M is probably their best guy with a couple of saves. Their closer, senior Cody Williams.
Yeah, this is the guy they said, this is our competitor. Jamie Shoup was raving about him. He's a guy that has fastball 88 to 90, but they love his curveball. That's his pitch, and he loves to compete. Also mixes in a changeup, which has gotten better this year, but you can see the 9 strikeouts, no walks. And the guy that they say is the guy you want in this scenario if you're the Florida A&M Rattlers. So he's in the middle of it, that's for sure.
And on the other end of it is Colton Schwartz, the Gator freshman with 2 hits already tonight and his first at bat in college with the bases loaded. First pitch is by him on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Schwartz singled in the first, doubled in a run in the fourth, and then struck out his last time up against a soft-throwing righty. So this one much harder. And that breaking ball is just off the plate. 3 walks and a hit batter have tied this game up. 2-out walk again. Has really come back to hurt Florida A&M. That one fouled straight back.
He's got him set up for that curveball now. Let's see if he throws it.
Gators have 4 2-out RBI tonight. Schwartz ready, and the 1-2 pitch, not close, didn't chase a high heater. And the Gators tonight hitting wise with 2 outs, 4 for 8, so it's really been their strength. See if the freshman can do it once again. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and that misses. So Schwartz should get a fastball here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, those were 2 easy takes right here. So Schwartz looking for something in the zone.
All the Gators will be on the move here. As that Gator dugout gets going. Breaking ball hit hard and just foul. That's a great job by the freshman. See that ball.
How about that breaking ball, though?
I know.
3-2 breaking ball. With the bases loaded, 2 outs.
And the game on the line, maybe. So Schwartz back in there again. There go the runners, and the pitch is a squibber right back to the mound, and throws a little wide. He's going to step on the green bag, though. You have to step on the white bag. A mistake there by Josue Figueroa, and the Gators are going to take the lead. An errant throw, so Figueroa stepped on the wrong bag. Wow.
That's exactly what happened, and these guys know the rules. He had plenty of time to go back and hit the white bag. He did not do it. And the Gators get 2 runs because of it. Now, it started with a bad throw, number 1, but once he got it.
Yeah, good throw certainly ends the inning, and we're not even in that spot. So Gators now a 3 spot in the inning, and Sam Miller is going to take a breaking ball inside. That's a great job by Taylor Black, too, to send another runner.
Yeah, I mean, just keep going, right? Now, you got to remember, he's going on the pitch.
Sure.
So you got a good break from second base, and what happened there is pretty amazing. And I've seen that happen before. A lot of YouTube stuff on guys stepping on the wrong base like that since the double base got put into play.
So Jamie Shoup back out to the mound again as things are erupting for his Rattlers.
He's got to calm this guy down here. He's going to say, hey, look, we're still in this ball game. Yeah, he's giving you got to calm down. He's saying it right there because he's just saying, look, we're really out of that inning, guys.
Well, and Nick, you look at what's now happened with the Gators in the last couple of games. Remember down in Miami, the balk.
Right.
It was a bases loaded balk that was called, and Lawson hits one to the warning track. Miami thinks the ball game is all over, or at least the inning is all over.
Yeah.
Instead, the Gators are able to get a run out of it.
Yeah, and it was Taylor Black who put it in the umpire's ear in Miami that pitcher was balking, which he was. And after like 4 or 5 consecutive pitches, they finally called it, but it was Taylor Black that got that whole thing going in the mind of the umpire.
So Miller back to work, lazy fly to center, and Cruz will drift in and make the easy catch to retire the side. But the Gators get a lot of gifts in the inning. Florida does not get a hit, and they plate 3 runs. So we head to the 8th with Florida now leading at 7-5. Well, the Gators have reclaimed the lead as we head to the top of inning number 8. Gators up now 7-5, and a guy that has pitched a lot of big innings already will come in with that lead. It's Ernesto Lugo Conchola.
Yes, the transfer from Northwest Nazarene in Idaho. Look at that sparkling ERA of 0.87, 14 strikeouts, only 4 walks, only 4 hits on the year in 10 1/3 innings. And not an overpowering guy, but he can get it up there 92, 93 at times. Slider's his key pitch. Got that little short action in his arm. Also features a changeup to go along with it. But he is a great find for Kevin O'Sullivan.
He came in down in Miami through an inning and 2/3, did not allow a hit, 3 strikeouts.
You know, they saw him online, and they saw that he had played against University of Tampa in the Division II World Series. So Sully got on the phone to Joe Urso down there in Tampa and said, "Hey, what do you think?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's the real deal."
Yeah, 13-0, D2 pitcher of the year. Colton Riles is going to step in, and he'll hit for McKenzie.
And remember, University of Tampa couldn't get him as a graduate player because they're D2. He had to go D1.
Yeah, the Gators certainly glad to have him, and he is that lefty out of the bullpen. And Florida's still trying to find another one. They think that Jackson Hoyt can be that guy, and I think they were trying to get Hoyt some innings tonight even. But a tight game, you got to try to win it. So McKenzie's out of there, and that's big too when he had to come out of the game because he was 3 for 3. 3 singles for McKenzie as Lugo Conchola gets that 91-mile-an-hour fastball by him. You know, and McKenzie, you mentioned, big-time recruit, headed to Mississippi State, mid-90s from the left side. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off. He actually beat Buchholz, the local high school here, with a walk-off homer. And it was off of Kresak, who's the leadoff man.
There you go. Keeping it local.
So a lot of ties here tonight as this one is hit hard foul.
Riles is a transfer from ULala,
Yeah, how about that?
Louisiana Lafayette.
Little delay as the ball is still out on the field. And they'll have to go chase it down. Miami still had their ball girls. Not a lot of schools that have that. Mississippi State, a few others. Remember Arkansas having that many, many years ago. 2-2 pitch, and he got him. Nasty heater at 93 on the inner part of the plate. And Riles will head back to the dugout.
I love the demeanor of Conchola, and he gets the call. You can see, let me tell you something, Cole Stanford got that call from him because that pitch was a ball, looked like, and he brought it back in and got it framed.
So now Matthew Perez, shortstop's 0 for 2 with a walk. Oh, pinch hitter, Jamarcus Benton hitting for him. And he pops that one foul. So Lugo Conchola throwing strikes. No, it is Perez. They just got a couple of 24s on their roster. And he'll pop one back our way. 2 ground outs tonight for Perez to go along with a walk.
What you love about Lugo Conchola, he just gets ahead of the count.
Good pitch on that breaking ball. He had a really big time at bat down with Miami. It was a 12 pitch at bat tons of foul balls. He just kept throwing strikes and finally struck out the Miami hitter, just like he struck out Perez right there. Breaking ball that Perez swung right over the top of, and it's back-to-back Ks for Lugo Conchola.
He just sells that pitch. It's a great finish because as a hitter, it looks like fastball the way he finished it, and it just comes tumbling in back door.
So now Josue Figueroa. Switch hitter. Hits from the right side, and he'll take strike one.
And if this game ends the way it does, we're going to be talking about that play. Just missing and hitting the wrong base.
Yeah. And it's obviously something we have not really seen a ton of because it's only been implemented for a couple of years. And the question is, even now for an official scorer, do you give that error to the first baseman? Because he had time to go back and step on the white bag. I know the throw was wide.
You know, it's funny. Realistically, how many scorekeepers will he have to even think about? Who do I give an error to? Guy hit the wrong base. What would be the rule on that, right? But it was the bad throw that started the whole sequence of him being off the base to begin with. So I got to say, you keep it with the error on the pitcher.
Yeah, good throw, gets him, and he rushed it. He didn't need to get it over there that quickly.
Yeah, he didn't set his feet at all. He just got it over there.
And here again, McKenzie gets it right away and just gets rid of it. Sidearm, and it moves. And I'm sure it's something that Figueroa has not had to think about a lot, but it is an emphasis that everybody should know about. There's a strike at the knees, and Figueroa is having a bad time at the plate, too.
Well, that play that we saw with Figueroa is going to be all over YouTube because it's going to be one of those teaching moment plays that is so unique. And they're going to say, look what happened in this game at Florida against Florida A&M. The first baseman hit the wrong base. So you're going to see a lot of that.
Jamie Shoup trying to relax his first baseman.
Coach Antonelli does a lot of those, college coach. I'm sure we'll talk about that in a day or so on his YouTube channel.
So now the 3-2 pitch, and we'll do it again. Lugo Conchola 13-0 last year in 16 starts, an even 2 earned run average. D2 National Pitcher of the Year. And it's translating here to D1 baseball. And he's going to get a pop-up. That one right behind the plate. Stanford trying to find some room, but it's about 7 rows into the stands. It'll bounce all the way up here to the second deck.
I mean, when you're down to your 4 final outs right here, you just need base runners. So Figueroa's got to be cognizant of that. You don't want to overswing here. You just want to get a base hit, bring the tying run to the plate.
So another nice battle. I love how Lugo Conchola takes a deep breath before he gets back to work. Nice and calm. And Figueroa is going to win the at-bat. Really nice job as he lines one right back where it came from. Got a fastball and didn't miss it.
And think about what's going through Figueroa's head right now. He's got to be feeling the weight of hitting the wrong base, and he could easily just had his head in the fog and given away that at bat, but he powered through it and got a hit off a really good pitcher.
Well, Florida A&M's going to send another pinch hitter in now, as William Brown will sit down. He got the hat trick and not really close to anything, so they'll bring in Miles Potter, junior from De Anza Community College.
Yeah, De Anza in the Silicon Valley. Did a tryout camp there once.
Yeah?
Yeah, De Anza. Ron Warnock used to be their AD.
Kevin O'Sullivan making his way to the mound as well, as the Gators are up 2, so the tying run coming to the plate. It's like Josh Reitner starting to warm up out in that Gator bullpen. And there you see the guy that get it up there at 100.
Not to mention the 94-mile-an-hour slider to go with it.
Well, while we have a chance to, again, a very close game. The only time that the Gators have ever lost to Florida A&M back in 2014. 12 big leaguers on that team. Here's the pitchers that were on that team. Dane Dunning, A.J. Puck, Kirby Snead, Bobby Pointer, Danny Young, Justin Schaefer, Eric Handhold, Sean Anderson, and probably the best pitcher of the bunch, their Friday night guy, Logan Shore, never made it. So we'll talk about that a lot more. This might be a guy in the big leagues someday soon. Josh Reitner coming in. We'll tell you about for the 2-out single by Josue Figueroa. Miles Potter coming to the plate, and he will have to face a guy that's been lights out so far for the Gators late in ball games. It's the 5th appearance for Josh Reitner.
Gas and more gas. There's a reason why that ERA is at 0. 4 1/3 innings. Fastball 100 miles an hour, slider 93 to 94. And that's a combination that is lethal. And you'd be hard pressed to find that combination at the big league level, to be honest with you. But here he is at University of Florida, and a guy that's coming off a Tommy John surgery a year ago. So he's been fantastic.
Yeah, he and Skylar Sanford certainly missed, both sitting out last year. They've been very impactful here in the early going. There's foul ball on a 99-mile-an-hour heater. Reitner threw 25 pitches in his inning against Miami over the weekend. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. But he was up to 101 on the radar gun down there in Coral Gables. Deep breath for the righty, and back to the fastball. It's 98.
I mean, the reason why Power is here is because he has power. That's why he's up right now. But a lot of swing and miss in his game. How about sitting the bench for 8 innings and have to face 100 miles an hour? Good luck to you, right? But he's got the power to tie this thing up.
Reitner way ahead of him. And the 0-2 pitch is going to get him. Nasty slider again at 93, and it only took 3 pitches for Josh Reitner to end the inning. We'll head to the home half of the 8th. Gators up 7-5. Gators up 7-5 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Be 9-1-2 for the Gators, and Florida's going to send a pinch hitter in. But there you see that slider from Reitner to end the last inning.
Yeah, that was that nasty pitch to Miles Potter. I don't think Harry Potter could have hit that one.
Even with his wizardry?
No, it's my point.
Yeah, it's got to be so hard. You're geared to hit 98 to 100, and then all of a sudden just throw a little wrinkle in there. So Jones steps in, first at bat tonight, and he will take a strike. This will be a tough thing for Jones to continue his streak of getting on base. He has reached base in all 13 games so far this year, and he's going to have to do it in this at bat. Lopez is now playing second base for William Brown. And Benton is the shortstop. And Jones is right back to the dugout. So just 3 pitches, and Cody Williams will get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it's a nasty breaking pitch right there. That's that curveball that is his best pitch.
So now Blake Sear, the leadoff man tonight, and he drills the first pitch slider deep down the left field line, but it is just foul by a couple of feet just to the left of the line. A couple of balls that Sear has hit hard tonight, just foul. There you see how close it was. Sear an RBI single back in the fourth. Big hit at the time. Gators scored 2 that inning, but then Florida A&M answered with 3. Take a 5-4 lead. So Sear has driven in a run now in 8 of the 14 games this year for Florida. That one right off the end of the bat. Going to be a tough play for Krisak coming in, and nobody's going to get there. So Sear wasn't able to get the double down the line, but he gets a bloop single to get his second knock of the night.
Line drive in the paper, right?
No doubt.
Yeah, reached out for that one, but found no man's land in right field. Take 1,000 of them. You can see just out in front.
Baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just a couple of pitches.
And then you always say, okay, next time up you line out instead of even out in the wash, right?
Lawson's hitless tonight. There goes Sear, and Lawson almost gets hit, but Sear is going to get that left hand in there and swipe his 3rd bag of the year. And we'll see if Blake's okay. Jarrett Swime, the athletic trainer, and Kevin O'Sullivan going to go out and check on him as he's still on the ground.
Look at his left wrist here.
That's a good job of holding on to the bag.
Yeah, that is hard to do, especially if something happened to your wrist, because that's the wrist that you got to hold on to the bag with.
And normally you see the oven mitt on that left hand, but Sear wearing it on the right hand. You think that's why you would have that brace on the left hand for instances just like that?
Yeah, it's always, me personally, I was a foot first slider. I always liked that better. It just eliminates stuff like this. But it's all personal preference. It's almost half and half in the game of baseball. In fact, more guys seem to like to hit first slide.
You know, Jarrett Swime does such a phenomenal job with what's going on here. Looks like they're just going to tape up his wrist, which is good. Maybe more of the thumb there, judging by the tape job. Maybe it got jammed into the bag.
Well, that had to be it, right?
Yep.
Because that's the hand that hit the bag first with the full force.
So Sear's going to be okay.
Leads the team now at 4 stolen bases.
And an outstanding tape job by Jarrett. So Sear, a 1-out base runner in scoring position now, and they're just going to walk Lawson since first base became open. So he'll walk for the 2nd time tonight. 0 for 3 at the plate.
Actually, a smart move there by Jamie Shoup. That takes nothing away from Ethan Serwick, but you're talking about one of the accomplished best hitters in college baseball and got a base open.
So Serwick up there with a couple of guys on, and he'll take a breaking ball down low. Serwick 2nd on the team behind Lawson with those 18 ribbies. He had the 2-out walk in the 7th. There goes Sear. Both guys are going to go. They're going to try the backside to get Lawson, and they're going to get him.
That's a smart play by Florida A&M.
Yeah, Lawson by far the worst of the 2 jumps. Sear had that bag stolen easily.
Going for the trail runner. You don't see that often. It's a smart play. That ball was perfectly thrown.
And they happen to get Lawson on that left arm. So Sear at third, but now 2 outs in the inning as Surowick has the advantage in the count.
Spanky Lavalier, former Pittsburgh Pirate catcher, was known for doing that, getting the trail runner.
Yeah, Mike, right?
Yeah, Mike.
Surowick a little tardy on that one. He'll take a 10-game hitting streak into the weekend. Gators 34-5 regular season non-conference play since the start of last year, and that is going to get them. Good breaking ball on the outer part of the plate, and Surowick frozen to retire the side. So the Gators leave one stranded, but they need just 3 outs. Florida up 7-5. Condren Ballpark tonight. Gators trying to get the final 3 outs and win lucky number 13 in a row after dropping their first game of the season. Up 7-5, even though Florida A&M has out-hit the Gators tonight. It'll be the top of the order for the Rattlers, Krisak, Cruz, and Mo Neal. As the little lefty from Gainesville steps in the box, and Reitner's first pitch to him is perfect at 98. Couple of walks, couple of runs scored tonight. Krisak nowhere near 98 there. He has struck out a couple of times tonight, too. Reitner struck out the only guy he's faced in 3 pitches, and he won't do it to Krisak here as he misses down with that one.
Yeah, you don't want to get too cute here. Potential tie and run in the on-deck circle.
And now time is called. Looked like earpiece not working.
You think 5 years ago we would have said,
No.
ninth inning, the earpiece isn't working, and you're winning the game because you stepped on the wrong base at first. You wouldn't have said that 5 years ago, right?
Definitely not.
Okay. Wonder what's coming in 5 from now.
Wind and 1-2 pitch again. A little chopper out towards short. Miller gets it on the run and fires over in time for out number 1. So Reitner, too, again with that fastball. The first couple of appearances this year all over the place. Didn't know where it was going from what we saw at Miami, and now tonight it's 98 at the knees.
And we saw it against FIU last week when that was his first, I think, here I am moment.
Yeah, 2 scoreless innings that day. And there's another one. 98 at the knees.
Yeah, taking a little off it.
Rolls off the tongue pretty well when you say that.
It's free and easy, too, by the way.
Justin Cruz, the hitter, and he'll hand that one out towards Kyle Jones, the new Gator center fielder, and just like that, Florida's 1 out away from a win. So the last hope is the left fielder, Alex Moneal. Bunt single tonight in 4 trips. And that one right there, hundo.
There you go.
Every time he hits 100, Nick has to pull one out of his wallet for me. So I appreciate it. That's 1 tonight. All about the Benjamins. And all about 1 more strike for the Gator right-hander. Crowd comes to its feet as Reitner is ready. The 0-2 is a little squibber. Gators will just touch it foul. Stanford wanted to see if that ball was going to go fair for a second and then said, that's getting too far down the line.
Yeah, I like my chances just kicking it foul and having my guy throwing 100 with a 94-mile-an-hour slider on an 0-2. Take my chances there, call it a night.
So Reitner ready again. Here is the 0-2 pitch, and another 100 in my pocket. Will be a little wide.
A little adrenaline going here.
A deep breath for the righty. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch, and Reitner wins it. Some high ched 99 on that one, and Kevin O'Sullivan and company have won yet again. Florida, since the start of last year, now 20-4 against teams from the state of Florida. Pretty impressive.
And the Bakers dozen accomplished 13 in a row, and you got to be happy with that effort tonight because Florida A&M came to play tonight. Let's face it, and we've seen a lot of these top-ranked teams losing midweek games. Sully's got to be happy his team stayed the course. They stayed focused, and they got a weekend against High Point, and then next week, big weekend against SEC, South Carolina, and Tuesday against FSU. So they want to stay on the winning ways.
Gotta love the composure and grinding it out, and loved everybody that brought you this tonight. Scott Snyder, our producer director, the award winner. He was awesome. Steve Egan, our statistician, all the great crew. My partner Nick Belmonte. I am Jeff Cardozo. We'll talk to you Friday night here at the Condren Ballpark.